there clearly remains significant concerns over the security of gas pipeline flows from Russia to Europe. And as Commission President von der Leyen said, every bit of energy that we save during the summer, every bit of gas that we can conserve and put into storage ahead of the coming winter means that we will, make the situation a bit easier, let's say, as that winter weather hits.
How difficult is it to get a 15% reduction, by the way?
Okay, so thank you for having me on with you. So a couple of questions there. The first one is, does the reopening of Nord Stream mean that we can relax? And I think the simple answer is no. In the present geopolitical context, there clearly remains significant concerns over the security of gas pipeline flows from Russia to Europe. And as Commission President von der Leyen said, every bit of energy that we save during the summer, every bit of gas that we can conserve and put into storage ahead of the coming winter means that we will, make the situation a bit easier, let's say, as that winter weather hits. Um, so that's the situation that we're in. In terms of how easy it is or not to save 15% of your national gas consumption, gas consumption is spread across multiple sectors. It's the most flexible of the fuels. We use it for power generation, we use it for heating people's homes, but also heating businesses, and we use it in heavy industry. And I would expect that heavy industry will be the first to see reductions.
Why do you think Russia have reinstituted the flow, but with this reduced capacity?
So the reduction in the flows that we saw between the 11th and the 21st of July was a scheduled 10-day maintenance. It was always expected. They do that every year and have done since the pipeline was launched. In terms of the pipeline coming back on at just partial capacity, this relates to the technical operation of the pipeline. So at the Russian end, there is a compressor station, so it forces the gas down the pipeline, because if you leave gas alone in a pipeline, it sits there inert. And what we've seen over the last sort of 5 to 6 weeks are issues with that compressor station, namely the servicing of the turbines that provide that compression, then being taken to Canada for servicing by Siemens Energy, that's contracted to do so, and then getting caught up in the question of Western sanctions against Russia and whether they are, in fact, able to be returned to Russia post servicing.
So it's
And
not
that's going to remain
tactical. It's
ongoing.
it's it's not tactical. It's technical. Um, would a 15% reduction be likely to help if Russia did cut off their gas supply to Europe, or would it be just a drop in the proverbial ocean?
I think it would genuinely help. We've seen a decline in Russian pipeline supplies to Europe over the last 12 to 18 months in any case. So Russia provides a smaller proportion of European gas supply than it used to. And really, in a very tight market situation, anything you can do to reduce demand to help pull the market back into balance is going to be helpful.
What sort of impact would it have, say, here in the UK? I mean, I know we're less dependent on Russia, or indeed not dependent on Russia, but what effects would be felt here in the UK if a 15% reduction in gas usage was needed?
Well, I think there would be a couple of ways in which it would be felt. Heavy industry would feel it first, because they are some of the largest users, but also with the capacity to maybe go to a 4-day week, even if they were told to significantly reduce their demand. For households, it's something that you have to advise people to do. Tell them to turn the thermostats down, take shorter showers, sort of, advisory things really, because it's very difficult to arbitrarily cut off household consumers. Then, of course, in power generation, it's quite difficult insofar as gas provides a balancing fuel when we're not generating power from nuclear and renewable sources. So there, the only thing that you can do is really maybe restart some of our mothballed coal-fired power generation units, just to try and reduce the use of gas in that sector.
Have you, as an energy expert, ever seen a time when our energy supplies were under such pressure?
No, quite frankly. In the last, let's call it sort of 15 years, there has not been a time like this. We've seen short-lived stress periods for the European energy market, but nothing sustained like this. The present prices that we've seen since the back end of 2021 are a real expression of this. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like the situation is going to ease anytime in the next potentially couple of years, that we are set to sit in this tight market scenario. And if we lose Russian supplies, it's highly unlikely that they'll be coming back. And that the only way we can bring the European market back into balance is by reducing our demand, both through a mixture of high prices causing people to choose to consume less, but also by government intervention. So no, this is really exceptional.
And surely also investing in renewables. I mean, that has to be the future, doesn't it?
Absolutely so. Absolutely so. And as part of a broader effort of decarbonisation, quite frankly. So it's not just about wind farms and solar panels for generating electricity, but also it's heat pumps and alternative methods of heating people's homes. It's about decarbonising heavy industry as well. So this cuts across the economy and across society.
Well, absolutely fascinating topic, and I hope you'll come back and talk to us about it some more, because I figure it's going to be predominating our news for quite some time to come, as Jack Sharples, Dr. Jack Sharples, just pointed out there. That was Dr. Jack Sharples from the Oxford Institute for Energy Studies.